everybody to the December meeting of the Commission on Aging Well. First, I'd like to call the meeting to order, and our first agenda item is the approval of the minutes from October, because we had a pause in November. So everybody had a chance to review those, I hope. Are there any additions or corrections? Okay, do I hear a motion for approval?
Move.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Minutes are approved. There are no public appearances today, so we will go right to our agenda items.
We don't really have any.
Pardon me?
We don't have any agenda items.
Okay. And next we'll have our report from the Senior Center Friends.
The Senior Center Friends have been extremely supportive of the Senior Center this month. In November, there were $60 for 3 scholarships given and $772 for 50 veteran meals. There's also money for holiday meals, and then inclement weather for any people that need additional meals if there's snow or ice and they can't get in. And so also, just a reminder that Amazon Smile is a very good way for people to have an opportunity to support the friends that support the Senior Center. So if you sign up on Amazon and use Amazon, if you choose the Senior Center as your donation, the money goes to the friends. So please make sure that you check that out. 5% of your purchase goes, so that's pretty good, and I'm sure there's many Amazon people this holiday season. Also, the Christmas Stars trip that was put on by the Senior Center has a full bus, and in Appleton on December 10th, and I think this is the second year or third year it's been done? Second year, yeah. And there's 56 people attending, so, and I understand a waiting list, so that sounds really good. And then also, there will be a travel show in January, and I didn't get the date yet. If they had it set, they were gonna let me know, so I don't know if you've heard the date, but it's gonna be sometime in January for the 2023 trips. And I know I'm new to this, but I'm very impressed with the trips that are done. They look amazing and really a lot of opportunities that seniors wouldn't have under normal situations. So I think that that's another very huge service that the Friends do. And then also the patio project is moving along, I understand. So I'm anxious to be part of that. Also, the Friends are looking for any people that may be interested in joining the board. I'm new to the board, so I can tell you it's really a great opportunity to support the Senior Center. So it's a minimal commitment, a meeting a month, and then being involved in opportunities. And I think, too, an opportunity to meet new people in our community. And so if anyone's interested, contact Jill for more information.
And I wanted to add that for the holiday meals, we partnered with Little John's, and so
that's right. Yep.
Deliver 39 for Thanksgiving, which is the highest we've ever identified of people that are home by themselves and needed a meal. So the Friends will be paying for the same, probably similar amount for Christmas as well, through Little John's. So that's really nice. And then the inclement weather meals, Mandy will go over to Sam's or Costco or something, and then we just make our own little meal boxes and send them home with congregate people too that come every day. So then if we can't deliver meals, they've got a backup meal at home. So that's really nice. And then I did want to share that Bob Hillner passed away, and he's been a long time mentor of mine for like 20 years. So sorry, I only get sad when I talk about it, not when I think about it. But anyway, so it's sorry to see him go. but he was a treasurer for 20 years, and on the board, on and off. As a treasurer, you don't have to take a break. So I don't think he ever took a break. He never took a break. And he was all set to come Thursday. You know, he worked until the end, and he wasn't able to come Thursday, and he passed away last Saturday. So anyway, just wanted to share that.
Jill, was he able to make the move to the Verona?
No, he passed away Saturday at home. He was supposed to move on Monday, that
I
following
delivered
Monday.
to him
Oh, sure.
on a number of occasions. Nice gentleman.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he was able to be home.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to have to move and then, you know, something bad happened. So anyway, just want to share that.
And Bob has been just a wonderful guy, contributed to the senior center in so many different ways. He'll be sorely missed. He was the president this year, right? And
You'll see many reminders of him, the bookcase in the reading room, the seats on the second floor,
The planters outside.
the planters,
Yeah.
any number of,
Every hook.
right.
Barb's husband, he was a woodworker, and with Barb's husband, they built a lot and added a lot. And when I became director, you know, just about 21 years ago, it was at that time our friend's treasurer had retired after, you know, putting in 30 years. And I didn't know what I was doing. And I just put an article in the newsletter, like, I need somebody to manage some finances. And he just came forward, and he just, you know, I don't know what I would have done without him. And he just never left. So that's what I expect from all of you.
Have arrangements been announced for him?
His daughter said nothing will probably happen until January or February. So I'll keep you posted.
okay, any other questions for the Friends? Okay, next is the director's report, Jill.
Okay, so I was hoping to have, like I mentioned, the county contract, and you just never know when it comes in, and it came in, you know, it has to go to city council, be referred out, so we just kind of missed that window, so we'll approve that in January, but I can tell you we got a huge increase because we're considered a Dane County purchase of service provider, and so the county exec had included a 9% increase for cost of living for all purchase of service providers. So we went from 123,000 last year to 141,000, almost 142,000 for 2023. So that's really nice. A big jump in case management funding and nutrition funding. So we'll have that on the agenda to approve next month. Let's see, just a little, like I talked about the Thanksgiving meals, we had a wonderful, as always, a great Veterans Day. And sort of along that line with the town of Madison annexation, we took on a VFW. And so I met with, I can't quite remember his title, Stephen is his name, who runs, it's all volunteer-led, but he's sort of the person that's in charge of that VFW. So we met and just talked about ways that we could partner with the VFW to bring services here for our veterans. So in January, we're looking at starting more of just a support, a social group for veterans. And Steve is going to lead that. And, you know, he just wants to be engaged with our veterans here and make sure that they're getting all the benefits they should get. And it's really nice because every Veterans Day, I look for, you know, some connection, but, you know, Oregon has their own, you know, Stoughton has their own, but now Fitchburg, we have our own. So they're up, I can't remember what road they're on, up in the town of Madison, but they're open 7 days a week, and I guess they have awesome burgers. And the public is welcome to go and eat. So anyway, it's a super great connection. I'm looking forward to building that partnership. Downstairs, we have the Giving Tree. Well, it had 30 tags on it for adults we identified needing a gift around the holidays, and they're all gone because our community is so generous. that, that idea came from Amy Jordan, one of our social workers, and we've been doing it for several years now, and it's really fun. And people, again, are very generous. So happy to say all the tags are gone, and I think the gifts, they've been coming back, and we'll give them that week of Christmas. Let's see, just about the town of Madison, we've got 5 clients from the town of Madison now that one is coming regularly, the other ones we're just case managing, so word is getting out. I'll have one of the social workers starting in January, just for at least a quarter to go up to Novation Commons and do kind of a regular program to just get people engaged and remember that they are a town of Madison. One of the gentlemen that called yesterday, he said, I got a letter from the mayor, and now we're part of Fitchburg, so can you help me? I was like, yep, we can. And he just wanted a Christmas tree. He said, I don't have anybody, and I just want a tree. And so we're going to get him a Christmas tree, artificial one. But anyway, so that's exciting that we're, kind of gaining some momentum. Housing wise, we're doing a meet and greet at the Limerick, which is just down on Lacey. We do have a couple people coming from there already and hope to engage more of the folks over there. That's a really beautiful facility. So looking forward to that partnership. Yesterday, Mandy went down and gave a presentation to over 70 people who signed up to get information about the SESTA, which used to be Riversong. And Riversong is a community, a senior community that's going to be built in Uptown. And now it's called SESTA. I think it's a graduated independent assisted and memory care. And so they had invited us to come and talk about senior center services. And Mandy said it was a great attendance. There was a lot of questions. She gave, Mandy, she loves the mic, and she just promoted us like nobody's biz, and it's great. People that even from Fitchburg were like, I had no idea. Like, we hear all the time. And even people from Madison said, can we come to your senior center? We're like, yeah, sure. So anyway, they are looking to open sometime in 2024. But, trying to recruit people and gain some interest. And obviously with that attendance, there was obviously some interest there. So another senior housing coming in another year or so.
Affordable housing.
It is not. I think it's all market rate. Yep. And then there was somebody there from Avante that talked about just other apartments going up in there that are available for folks. That will be open sooner. The Courtyard is coming along, and that is the memory care and assisted living facility that's already, up. The structure is up on Chapel Valley Road. And so I talked to the outreach person there, and it looks like there's a lot of interest. Memory care is supposed to open in the spring, and the assisted living in the summer. So much needed facility here in Fitchburg. Now, we wouldn't really do a lot in terms of case management or anything like that. We can't pick people up at assisted living, but certainly partner with them, and they can bring people here for programs if need be. So let's see. Other updates. I don't know, Dave, if that's you on the call, but, transportation is still a need, and I haven't let that go, but unfortunately the city, our transportation engineer for the city left for a different job. And so without his help, it's really difficult for me to move anything forward except for to keep this topic, up top. So I do know that Gabriella Gerhardt, one of our council people, is passionate about transportation, and there is an RFP, a study being proposed, some money to fund a study about transportation. So we're another study. I have to be careful and choose my words, but anyway, so at least it's still on the radar of the city. It's really important. I mean, we are up to tomorrow 19 people coming on the bus for lunch, and luckily we have 2 buses because the county allocated that second bus to us through ARPA funding, but that bus goes away at the end of this year or 2023. But Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because people like to come for exercise, and if they don't drive, this is the only way they can get here, we're averaging between 15, almost 20 riders. So thank goodness for the 2 buses, but again, I think it reflects the interest in coming here for programs. It reflects how many people aren't able to drive. And also, too, there's so much more I'm sure they would enjoy coming to if we had more transportation. So I'll keep you posted on that. And I think Dave is a co-sponsor. That's why I was wondering if that was him on the call. But anyway, I'll keep you posted. We do have a new caterer starting in January, which is Little John's. So they took over most of the sites outside of Madison. So, we all get generally the same caterer. So Oregon, Black Earth, Middleton. So they start in January. So there'll be, I'm sure there'll be some hiccups with that. That's a lot of meals to take on. Now we've been working with Little John's for supplemental food, which is great. But now they always come prepackaged and that sort of thing. So this is a whole different ball game. But I'm looking forward to working with them. So that will start in January. The patio, I'm super excited. I think I keep trying to, every time I put a flyer in the newsletter, we get another donation. And I don't want to say, we don't need any more, because truly, I don't know how much we need, but we've reached our 50,000. We're actually at about 55,000, close to 56. And it's very exciting. And so we'll still accept donations because, again, I don't know what the cost is until the RFP can go out. But I have engaged somebody at Public Works to start working on that RFP because I really want to get somebody hired before all of these contractors' schedules fill up next spring. So I'm keeping that. I'm putting the gas on that a little bit and putting the pressure. It's hard because I can't really do much in terms of writing that RFP. The shade structure makes it a little more complicated. So anyway, what a generous community. Again, I think when I was working with Brian from Revelations, the marketing firm, and we talked a lot about reaching out to businesses. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. But I just knew in my heart, there's so many people that are so generous that are a part of the senior center that I think we're going to be okay. There's a big push, and lo and behold, we did get a lot of individual donors donate to this project. So very exciting. I keep promising it'll be here by summer. So I want to stick to my promise. So thank you all who donated, and we'll still take donations. I don't want to stop because the friends are contributing 10,000. And we were also going to take another 10,000 out of legacy funds, depending on how much it costs. So I can reduce my ask from the friends. So as we take more donations, so that's very exciting. Just talk a little bit about our plan for growth. Barb and Linda sits on that committee, and Nan Hoffman, and we've been meeting for just about a year and a half, and it really is looking at the future of the senior center, creating that vision and sort of mapping out how we get to where we need to go. These ladies are worth their weight in gold in terms of giving me advice and just helping me just make this plan and identify goals. We met yesterday and I talked a lot about, well, this seems like we should be talking a lot about this at the commission, but the thing about meeting as a subcommittee is you can really just be all over the place and meet for an hour and a half and really just walk away with one thing. And I'm not on camera, so I talk a lot differently in those meetings. But anyway, so we determined for 2023, the goals are increasing diversity, and we're going to create, more of a structured plan for that. Increasing intergenerational connections, which is definitely something we can improve upon. Doing better about data collection. It's just not my strong point. Like I told these guys, I can talk. We're full all the time. I can tell you we had 200 people in here today, but if I don't have names to back that up, it's definitely hard to convince funders that we might need more staff or more space. And so I want to do a better job of doing data collection. And then we've been focusing on, but we're going to dive a little deeper into reformatting our newsletters. So as we market our services, it just sends a little bit of a different message that hopefully will attract more people. And the folks that say, well, I'm not going to the senior center, that's for old people. That when they see the newsletter, they just say, I want to go there. So anyway, we'll be having a plan for that, and that's very exciting. Social workers are keeping very busy. We get probably 2 referrals a week. Not all of them are intense case management, but certainly, I took 2 just this week myself. So they're keeping very busy. And what I like to do is bring them on for a presentation next year to just share a little bit about what they do. It's always a good reminder. So I'll have them scheduled for a presentation next year. And I think that's really it. I wanted to mention that Jim and Linda's commission terms will be up next April, so you guys think about that. I'm just putting it out there so you have time to think about it. There are no term limits on the Commission on Aging. So, like Bob, you could be here forever. Or you're like, oh, shoot, there's no term limits. If you say you don't want to serve, I never take it personally. I think, sometimes new blood is good. But I'm always grateful for what everybody brings to the table. But you just know, I never take it personally if someone says, I'm going to step down, because I'm smart enough to know how to rope you into other things when I have good people. So that is my whole report. And I probably could have canceled the meeting, but I just felt like a lot was going on, and I just wanted to share in this environment and have it on tape. But we don't have any approvals. I don't have any other business that, policies. I kind of put that on hold. I want to bring that back, particularly candidate policy, as a presidential voting is going to come, and we're going to get a lot of stuff going on. And so we'll start to bring some more policies back to the commission next year. So anyway, any comments? I'm always like, I love goals. I'm thinking a lot about, what's going to happen in 2023 and how that's going to incorporate the commission. And I always welcome your feedback, your advice, your criticisms, whatever. So.
I have a question. How's it going with the halftime with Sarah? Is that adequate, or
Yeah.
since you're getting more referrals, is it looking like you need 3 people full-time?
Well, it is kind of interesting, because I think for the police, it's very adequate right now as they continue to pilot that program. A thought that I had was, because my vision is a little bit bigger than Sarah just working for the police department, and not just Sarah, but a social worker. But, is it possible I don't think the police are going to put in for her to go full-time. But if, looking forward, if that was a position that would serve all departments, so when the library has issues of folks, that they could make a referral to this community social worker that is, under the city's umbrella, or building inspection. We're lucky because, even in Sarah's role with the police department, it's increasing our work, because she's identifying people that maybe wouldn't have gotten referred to the senior center that are over 60. She deals a lot with, though, domestic abuse and some child welfare things. But to your question, Barb, yeah, I could see us get through 2023 fine, but I think it's important I'll put in another 20 hours in 2024, for sure. Yeah.
Anything else for Jill? Well, I appreciate the update on all kinds of things that are happening. People kind of sit back and wonder, well, gee, how is the patio going, or how is this going? And it's nice to have an update, even though it's not something that we're voting on or anything, but the updates are great. Any other announcements? If not, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passed. I wish everybody a happy holiday, and may everything be safe Watch out for the weather tomorrow.
I always say, this is my gift to you to end this meeting.